Good evening. Um, Thinking I was like 2 minutes earlier than I was going to broadcast, and I was going to turn on the speakers, so I think I'm going to go ahead and do that anyway. Hang on. All right. I hope everybody is doing great this evening. Jiggle, jiggle. Um, and I'm broadcasting. I'm coming in from the same direction. I think we're going to do mono, so hang on a second. Yeah, I think I liked mono a lot better for vocals, I think. And if I'm going to be working on this snare drum here, it's all good. Doesn't really matter. Um, well, anyway, I kind of gave away what I might be doing. I'm like thinking out loud here, and I don't even think we're about like 30 seconds away anyway. So it's going to start promptly at 10:30, which it is now. Oh, there we go. Okay. Um, Now I had the last time I broadcasted um, here on YouTube doing these lives, and this is the evening edition of live with Jeff Rico. You get a morning, there's an afternoon edition, and then there's also an evening. So lucky you. Um, and when I've been doing these, and the last one I did, I had these glasses on that were like you couldn't see my eyes at all. And I mean, it like your eyes are a mirror into your soul. It's like your personality, right? So I'm out today and I see this these glasses um from the distance, and it's like I'm at Five and Below, and there's just all these glasses there. And by the way, there's a lot of things that aren't $5 anymore, so I don't know why they call it Five and Below. But there's a lot of great goodies there, and I'm like, those glasses are awesome. And I just instantly think, like, are these just glasses to look cool? But then I noticed they have like some kind of UV protection. Like, these are actually sunglasses here that look cool, and you can see the eyes. So I can be stylish. I have my personality, right? And I can protect myself from the light. And also the other ones, they glare. Like, this one kind of glares a little bit. So I gotta kind of work on that. Um, but yeah. And I think I'm gonna do something because I was saying that I was gonna move, and the reason why I'm kind of like not moving in my setup here, because I cleared out all this area over here, and I'm still broadcasting from the same area. And the reason why is because the dimensions of this room, the way they are, and to monitor the sound live, not when I have headphones in like this. But to monitor the sound properly, there is this shelf thing that's above the fireplace, and I don't really light fires in here. I don't. But the fireplace looks nice, and there's this like cool shelf, and it's like just at the right height where I can put all the speakers, right? The monitor speakers. And then there's a little subwoofer down here for the bass, and it's perfect. So I just don't know. Like I would have to like put some shelves in here and stuff, and I'm leaving. We're leaving in the end of July as of now. Um, so I don't see the point of that, of putting anything really like that or setting anything up. Should be setting things down really and getting ready, which is a whole scary thing. And by the way, you're listening to Stream and Dream, and it went away already. Fix that. It just grays out so quick. Um, oh, wait, what's going on here? Okay, there we go. I paused it. Um, yeah, oh, okay, cool. Um, you're listening to Stream and Dream, and this is like the beginning stages of my show. I just kind of started, and I'm gonna have like different editions of live. Like I probably won't do all three in one day, depending on what else I'm doing. But the evening edition is gonna kind of morph into more of the live performances and things like that. So whether it's going to be electronic music, me playing guitar, or me singing and playing guitar, the evening edition might be a little bit of talk, but then it's also going to be like almost like a jam session. And depending on where I am, I might start trying to be jamming with other people, and you know um who knows where it can go. But I want to keep things kosher. And I know if you're doing like your own stuff, like your own um music, it's fine. But that I've seen DJs. I was watching, I purposely Googled DJs on YouTube, and I looked and I saw some really cool things. Actually, there was people in California, which I love to get. I think it was in Los Angeles, and they were at this. I forget the name of the place, but it was like a coffee shop, and this guy was making these cool coffee drinks. And I kid you not, there was people getting their hair done right over here, and it was kind of separate, so I'm sure it was like sanitary. They were like over here, and then next to the guy making the drinks was the DJ, and there was just like people chilling. And then I saw another video um where it was a DJ that was I think he was just kind of like shouting out to MF Doom, and that was cool. And I think his whole set was his music, and he was at a record store, and there was people coming in and buying records, and he was literally like records that were on display behind him was taking them and playing them. And you know at one point a young kid came in and he was playing some rather foul language, and it didn't seem to phase the kid, which is interesting, which actually made me kind of think of another subject, and which is a little off from what we were talking about. And I think I'll get back to that. I don't think I have my pen here. I would write that down. But it's regarding sound. Now there was a priest who's been on Tucker Carlson a lot lately who is just, I don't know. I think he interviews some fascinating people, and like they're just so, I mean, they just draw you in, right? And there's been one lately that I've been seeing a lot of, and that is this um priest who is an exorcist that was talking about like when you cleanse yourself, you can do fasting. The demons are supposed to not get you, but you really gotta watch the interview. It's like there is a lot of like parts where they just kind of cut it up, but the whole interview is like if you have time to just like take it in sections, take a break, go back to it, work on it through like a week or something, because it's a lot to digest. It's amazing. And and so are, a lot of his interviews. I think yeah. But this one in particular is probably one of the most fascinating one that I've seen. I think that that subject alone um fascinates me. But he was saying that when you get clean, like kind of not clean, but like cleanse, or um you fast, that it kind of, they don't want to mess with you. You're more susceptible to noticing that something's different. Like your the spiritual baseline, or something like that. Um, that's kind of why it was a cool picture of my son that we did in this photo studio here. It's kind of wanted to bring up the pictures. There's one way to kind of go and bring them up in the background, but you can see two pictures of him behind me. Anyway, um, and the other thing was when you are more like in touch with God and more spiritual, that the sound of like curse words, just the sound of them can kind of, you're like, well, that's kind of wrong, and it off. I don't want to hear that. Make you cringe or whatever. And if my son hears any kind of curse word, which really he might not even really know what it is, or bad word or anything, he doesn't like it. And if we're out somewhere and someone like slips and they say it, it he he'll even hold his ears, like just the tone hurts him. And it's like, you think, what is that really, right? Like it's just, even if you don't say it in a loud manner, because I could get that if it's just physically loud and it hurts your ears, or you're more sensitive to a physical sound. But what if there's something more there? Like it's not just a, a primal thing, or a primal instinct. What if there's some kind of spiritual component that's being missed, that's kind of being overlooked, or we're just, you know I don't know, sideswiped from it. Um, I mean, think about that for a second. You know, it should be like evening cup of Jeff, but this is a stream and dream. And yeah, I really do want to kind of have it as like an end of the night, just a jam thing. But for right now, I'm kind of getting in the routine of broadcasting, um, getting the sound. That the sound was, I was pretty happy with it. Other than I need to learn to kind of like where I'm talking right now. Paul, Peter, there's a little bit there. Um, with the position of the microphone, or perhaps some kind of net or something like that. But if I tend to stick like this, actually, I'm pretty straight. Like I don't have to like. There's probably not going to be any of those like like the distortion or like any popping or any whatever you want to call it. Um, so yeah, I mean, I don't know. I'm always on. I don't know. I don't want to go down maybe that rabbit hole. Um, but anyway, so yeah, let's just talk about some other things here because that can get really, really crazy quick. But I do want to thank God as I've been doing in all my shows, my family for their support, and especially my lovely fiance Cheryl because I wouldn't be here today if it wasn't for her. So, um, I plan on doing like and of course my my mom, my dad, and just have like I think an area in every show where I just thank the people that um help me and allow me to do what I want to do. Um, so as for now, right? But there is going to be some really cool guitar sessions that I'm going to be doing in the near future as well, and as well as some cool kind of drum things and stuff like that. And I think tonight, that's what I was talking in the beginning, that I'm going to be. I played on my other live that I had. I played this beat that I've been working on, and it needs like some more drum patterns and stuff like that. So I'm going to be working that into there, um, and yeah, it's definitely a it's it's a mission, you know. Um, it's a journey, and it's actually it really is. And there's my lovely fiance right there behind me. It's actually more about it it's more about the journey, right? But in music though, I do have to get to the destination and have a um like a material and a product, right, eventually. And I'm in my own kind of like learning phase, and I always love that. I mean, I think there was even a point in my life where people would ask me, "So, what kind of music do you make?" And my response was that I did experimental music. Um, but when you think about it, we're kind of always experimenting. So, um, but yeah, there's another good. Oh, is it the same one? It just looks larger over here of her. Um, And hang on one second. I'm gonna. Woo! This is the Super Mario shirt here. Um, that when we saw the new Super Mario movie, we all had some cool gear on. That we here's another thing of him here. Hang on one second here. Go over here for a second. Oh, that's a cool picture of him. Okay, cool. Oh goodness. But and tonight I got a lot. So I have to do the drum, and I'm going to be doing a setup here where the I'm going to be well, we're going to have definitely from here from the computer, and then I'm going to have that controlled by a better camera. But I'm also going to be using my phone, and my phone is going to have my guitar and my drum machine and stuff, but I'll be able to get some cooler angles and stuff. And then if I'm doing any kind of like instructional videos, which I'm going to do some shorts on YouTube, um, I have it's easier to kind of maneuver the cameras in there, and they're really good cameras. So I really look forward to that. So, um, but I think that might be it for this evening. I might cut things short because I have a lot of other things to do. And it's kind of been an interesting day, but just wanted to say kind of a couple things and kind of get into the routine of doing it. I think I'm going to be doing a show tomorrow morning, probably just a talk show, but if I get some cool a little more material together on here, I might do that. And if I also get the phone going where um also to do we're going to do some simultaneous broadcasts and things like that. um if I have the phone going, who knows, I don't know, I might have, I don't know, we'll see. All right, well, that's going to probably do it for me this evening, so thank you everyone for tuning in, and make sure you subscribe to my channel. Peace.